January, the teeth of the conference schedule. Hated rivals in Virginia get a shot at each other. Plus, the Caps aren't the area's only hot team on ice. And Martin Luther King Jr. weekend means the MLK Hoop Fest.
I have a dream.
A weekend of service? Our service starts right now on High School Sports Final. Starts right now.
You're watching High School Sports Final
on News Channel 8.
From News Channel 8, this is High School Sports Final.
Going into this season, what is the expectation?
Same thing. I want to hang more banners in this gym. That's our goal. My AD told us that we can't hang any banners in from the old school. Everything that happens now goes in. That's why it's only 2 in here. We need to decorate this gym.
Do you think that motivates your players?
Definitely. It motivates my former players because they know when you come back, they get to say, look what I did when they bring their kids back.
Hey there, and thanks for joining us for High School Sports Final. I'm your host, Monica McNutt. As always, lots of scores and highlights for us to get to. So let's start in Virginia. It was 6th-ranked Wakefield against 16th-ranked Edison. But there was something or someone missing. 3 players, Tyvez Monroe, John Ukpaya, and Dre Lakey, all missed the game, and they all belong to Edison. Lakey sidelined with an injury. Monroe and Ukpaya were banned from Wakefield's campus due to an incident last March. Wakefield is the defending region champs. So you just heard from Wakefield's coach, Tony Bentley. He doesn't want to relinquish those banners. There they are, the banners as we speak. Checking things out early in this one. This game didn't have a whole lot of names, but it had a lot of intensity. Look at the block there. And then here's Alan Treacle. He's going to get the steal. Goes down for the layup, but he gets blocked by Jordan Wright. Then a little later, more from Wright. There the guard steps back, and he hits the 3 over Tham. Wright kept the Eagles in with 12 points. Eagles coach Terry Henderson likes what he sees, but too much Wakefield. Tham Treacle hits the jumper and one there. And then Tham was just a monster inside. Once, twice, a couple times. There he is, staying with it, finally gets the shot to fall. The Warriors win 76-58. There he is, Coach Joe Wooten and his O'Connell Knights taking on Thomas Dale of Virginia. Great passing, Iko Adams to DeMarco Bacham, back to Iko Adams. A give and go, folks. That was for a layup. The Thomas Dale Knights would answer Elijah Gregory, the pass to a cutting Alex Ray for the lay-in. How about some defense from Umar Berry? There we are, rise and shine with the block. More from Berry a little bit later in this one. This time on the offensive end, he's got the putback. O'Connell wins it big, 95-38. Walter Johnson girls get ready for their matchup against BCC tonight with smiles. BCC's Mariama Tunkara takes that 3, and she gets all 3 of those points as she banks that one in. WJ's Jada Dupai drives to the paint, and she passes a dime down to Katie Howie for the easy lay-in. Jordan Zavari here takes the pass and runs into the paint and finds an easy bucket down low. Here we're going to get a nice steal by Ashley Wagger. She passes over the wing and then finds Erica Boyd wide open to make 2 more, beating the buzzer at the end of the period. A little later, we move to the next game, Forest Park and Woodbridge. The Vikings cheerleaders amped up for this one. Tip-off, Woodbridge and Forest Park. Vikings in white win the tip. James McNeil is going to hit the 3-pointer. How about Forest Park? The Bruins, Rashawn Bean. Good move to the basket there. He gets the finish. Inside and outside for Woodbridge, Ibrahim Kamara with the tray. Then it would be Miles Jackson on the other end with the steal. And he's going to take that one coast to coast for the layup. I mean, he worked hard to get the ball, right? He should finish. It makes perfect sense to me. Finish in traffic. Good for him. More of Woodbridge. This time, they're going to get a push ahead off the rebound. Cameron Kiles hits the layup. A good game out in Woodbridge. Thurgood Marshall taking on Anacostia. Marshall's in the white with the possession, but not for long. Anacostia's Joseph Moore picks it up on the deflection, kicks ahead to Jeff Stribling for the easy 2 there. This time Marshall maintains possession. And coast to coast, Desmond Rain stop and pop. It is good. Marshall working through the press on this one. An easy layup, we think, is going to be the result, but not quite. Jordan McCaney with the hustle play and has a little block party there. Marshall on the inbounds this time. No good on the shot, but we got a little scramble, keeping the ball alive. Ultimately, Malik McMillan will come up with it, and the finish Thurgood Marshall wins 45-32. It's time for our Athlete of the Week, presented by our friends at Itility. Our athlete this week had a great week in leading his team to a 12-3 record, even though he was just coming off of a cold, poor thing. This senior had 17 points in a win over the 5th-ranked team in the area, Capital Christian. Sylvester Ogbanda scored 15 of his points in the second half of the 72-60 win over the Warriors. National Christian coach Trevor Brown said that the Nigerian-born Ogbanda understands how to use his footwork and body to keep defenders away and make plays. That should make him a good fit at Georgia Tech next season. So congratulations to Sylvester Ogbanda, our Itility Athlete of the Week. Lots of games to get to, and we're just getting started here on High School Sports Final. Up next, over to Virginia for our game of the night, as it came down to the buzzer, as all the good ones do. Plus, Coolidge High School is the host of 38 games, 20 teams over the weekend for the MLK Hoop Fest. And don't forget, for the latest scores and highlights of featured games, you can log on to hssportsfinal.com. Welcome back to High School Sports Final. Mount Vernon boys basketball. They're having a tough time getting consecutive wins. When they get one, the next opponent is more than likely a highly ranked team. The Majors just barely lost to Edison by a point. Then they got a win against Falls Church this week. Friday, they faced a Hayfield team that has also had a very tough schedule. But they do have leading scorer Elliott Donnelly. And that gets us to our game of the night, a pivotal matchup between Mount Vernon and Hayfield. We're going to pick this one up in the fourth quarter because that's when it matters most. Mount Vernon moving the ball, swings it around to senior guard Jason Kanadu, who is going to hit a three-pointer. You could tell by my voice that something big was happening. That's what happens. He hits the three-pointer from the corner. The Majors here, more good ball movement. Ernest Jones, he's going to find his way into the paint and is going to finish on a tough layup that would tie the ball game. So we're sitting at 52 all with 12 seconds to play. Well, kids, if you want to win, you have to hit free throws like Elliot Donnelly. He puts the Hawks up by a point. Mount Vernon going for the last shot here. Justin Jackson loses it. Jason Banks, oh, no good. Hayfield hangs on for the 1-point win. Whitman gets hyped for this tough matchup against Blair. Pass down to Whitman's Anton Casey. He's going to miss the shot. Put back by Max Oppenheim. He banks it in. That's why teammates are key. Oppenheim again here, hard drive. Nice jumper, nice touch from the big fella. That adds 2 more. Danny Canary of Blair, he's going to sidestep and square up. He hits a long jumper. Nicely done. Jordan Johnson would drive into the paint. He goes over the D and gets his 2 points there. I don't know how easy that was. Riley Shaver here picks the pocket of Landon Harris, takes it to the other coast, and he would get a nice finish. +1, folks, the hoop and the harm. Whitman wins this one by a close shave, 49-46. A clash of DCPS in the WCAC, Wilson and Gray, St. John's in the white. The Cadets, Anthony Cowan Jr. with the rebound. Goes for the highlight, didn't quite get the original highlight, but Johnny on the spot was Jeffrey Downton with the putback. So here comes the crazy folks. Wilson playing some D, Anthony Johnson with the block. We're going the other way. Oh, no, we're not. Chris only pokes it away, and Anthony Cowan Jr. does the rest. You saw it there, 2-hand jam. Cadets just taking care of business in this one. Jeffrey Downton with the rebound. He's going to kick it ahead to Kalia Sykes. And he gets the hoop and the harm. That's an and one. St. John's wins this one, 61-38. This week we celebrated the birthday of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. It's also a big weekend of hoops coming up at Coolidge High School. It's the MLK Hoop Fest. It's put on by former Hoyas guard Mark Tillman, and there's loads of talent, including the #1 player in the land. Over to Coolidge High School, where Orangeville from Canada takes on Legacy Charter from South Carolina. A steal by Legacy there, pass over to Muhammad Toure, who does a nice spin move under the basket. A little dribble work. We got a spin, a little pump fake, nice combo of moves there. Legacy's Jarius Hamilton would score. A breakaway here. The alley-oop didn't quite go as planned, but Thon Marker takes it back, puts it up with the dunk. #3 here, Ryan Dieter, Chris Carson, Javon Blair's pass over to Jalen Poyster. He shoots and misses, but again, these putback dunks, we love them. All right, a steal here by Jamal Murray. He takes it to the other side, one-handed jam. Lots of jams in this one. Orangeville will go on to win this one because they get a W. They win. Good job. Loads of talent in the area for the MLK Hoop Fest showcase, put on by former Georgetown Hoya star Mark Tillman. That's my guy. Shout out to the Hoyas. All right, these are some of the matchups you have to look forward to. Plenty of teams, plenty of talent to see from all around the country, including some of the area teams like Coolidge, HD Woodson, Riverdale Baptist, and others. Check it out. It's all going down at Coolidge High School Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. For more information, go to their website, mlkhoopfest.com.
When Mark put this together a couple of years ago, it's important that head coaches in this area show interest so these young kids know that, that the head coaches, the local head coaches are interested in them. But we needed to be able to watch all these teams at one time. Instead of me going to 1 game a week, 2 games a week, I can watch 8 or 9 teams play in a weekend. Gives me a chance to catch up with my busy schedule. And it's a great tournament. It's organized, and it's something that I hope it continues in the future.
All right, our producer Winston Hilton getting it done. Y'all saw him in that shot? All right, anyway, to the game. Friendship Collegiate, Dunbar, Nation's Capital Hoop Classic. This is where this one was going on. Dunbar in the black. We're on to the second shot, though, here. A little stop and pop. Daquan Washington stopping on the dime, getting the and one. Fancy footwork. And then Friendship is going to get picked off by Devon McCray, who kicks it ahead to Davon Matthews. It was a Davon show. He hits the baseline 3 there. Dunbar takes this one, 76-64. All right, so they said you can't do that, but we're going to do what we want to do because it's high school sports. Lake Braddock in South County, a missed shot. A nice dish, though. Under to Omar Baumgardner. Sometimes bad offense is great offense when you do that. Then underneath here to Peyton Bishop, who's going to hit a shot. Not only does he hit the shot, though, it's an and one, folks. Did you hear that whistle? Lake Braddock is looking like the Lakers. I don't know about that, but the colors look like the Lakers. Sophomore Corey Pelham with the tray. He connects. There's always a spot on the floor for a shooter. Kids, get your jump shots up. All right, junior center James Butler with the putback in this particular play. The Bruins win 57-41. They're now 11-3. More to come on High School Sports Final. Scanning the area and the highlights from the show, keeping tabs on the best plays. We'll have our plays of the week later on. Plus, hockey. We'll take a trip around the ice, a top team in our area on a top team or against a top team in Baltimore. And you have a chance to show us who has the most energetic and spirited high school. Log on to WJLA.com/spirit and tell us why your school is the best. Taking a look at the top rankings in hockey, let's go to a top team in our area facing off against a top squad out of Baltimore. Georgetown Prep is ready to go against Calvert Hall, and so are their fans because hockey requires fans. All right, here's Chris Carson for Calvert Hall taking the puck down and trying to slap shot, but it goes a little bit right. Couple of Hoyas on the wall, and it's Ryan Dieter of Calvert Hall who decides to show them a hard hit. Dieter taking charge. He shoots, but nice save by the Hoyas goalie, Will Boggs. Dieter takes the puck, a nice dump to Trey Goss, Calvert, and it would be a score for Calvert. Calvert Hall takes this one. Idea and H.D. Woodson. Woodson and White. Calvin Tibbs attacking the bucket. He'd miss, but Antoine Walker gobbles up the rebound for the putback. Idea's possession here. A little handoff at the top of the key. Way downtown bang. Miguel Palacio hits the bucket from the top of the key. I don't know if that was way downtown, but he hit it. Anyway, Woodson, Clint McCoy here. Fundamental ball handling, getting into the paint with ease. That's 2 for him. On the other end, Idea with the ball movement. Miguel Palacio again showing off the range. He connects, but Woodson would be too much, and they would take this one 63-50. Friends School of Baltimore in red versus Clinton Christian in the white. Ryan Gomez setting a screen for Rosano Jones, who hits the 3. That's how you come off the screen, ready to shoot, knocking it down. More Friends. This time, Jahar Williams gets into the paint, kisses off the glass. Little inside-outside play for Friends. This time, Friends is pushing the ball in transition. DeVell Phillips, hey now, using his length and gets the block on Ryan Gomez at the rim. More defense from the Eagles. This time, Kevin Dorsey with the steal, and he would finish for 2 on the other end. We're going to take it to the second half of this one. Clinton Eagles starting to get it going. Phillips finds the cutting. Asante Shivers with a little shimmy. We should celebrate. That was a nice play. Clinton Christian wins this one. It was close, 50-47. News from the DCIAA. H.D. Woodson football coach Steve Scott has resigned from the school. Scott led the Warriors to a 24-7 record over the last 3 seasons and won the 2013 DCSAA title game and last 2 Turkey Bowls. Scott says that he's resigning so the man he took over for can get his job back. Greg Fuller was the head man at Woodson until he was suspended in 2012. Scott says he'd love to stay and be an assistant coach at the Northeast DC school. Still more as we wrap up this edition of High School Sports Final. Slamma, jamma, dunks, and dives, goals, blocks, the whole gamut. This edition of Plays of the Week is right after the break, so stick around. Remember, you can go to our Facebook page at High School Sports Final to select your choice for Plays of the Week. Our first play of the week comes from St. John's and Wilson. Anthony Johnson getting the block. And then we thought this play was going the other way, but the Cadets with the hustle, and then Anthony Cowan Jr. I think that's worthy of a play of the week kind of deal. Finishes with the dunk there. St. John's won that game. Wakefield and Edison offer us another play. Look at Dominique Tham with the block, but Jordan Rice stays with it. Stick-to-itiveness. Eventually, it lands in the hand of his teammate, who doesn't cash in with one or two. Oh, yeah, it does cash in with just two. I lied. But anyway, Wakefield won that one. It was a blowout. Here we got a sweet steal by Jamal Murray. Takes this one to the other side. One-handed jam. Yes, finish with authority. We always like that. All right, St. They were sitting at 9-5 coming into tonight's game. They've been turning some heads behind the lead of junior guard George Walker, but Cardoza, they're a scrappy bunch that should never be counted out regardless of their record. Will Cardoza be able to pull off the upset tonight? St. Albans in blue with the possession. Of course, we talked about him. This ball is going to wind up in the hands of George Walker. Great ball movement, the pump fake, and the finish. The Bulldogs again. This time, William Howe pushing, avoids the charge, gets to the rim, slide step, gets the bucket. The ball movement for St. Albans was a thing of beauty in this one. This time, Brandon Galloway is going to be the ultimate beneficiary. There he is. Little dump down under the basket, easy two, right next to the rim. The Bulldogs roll in this one. Cardoza unable to pull off the upset, 72-56. That's all for this edition of High School Sports Final. Don't forget, you can catch every single highlight and story that you saw tonight on our webpage, hssportsfinal.com, plus updates on games during the week. And like us on Facebook and vote for your play of the week. For all the cast and crew behind the scenes, I'm Monica McNutt. We'll see you again next week.